Welcome back to the Baltimore FlockCast, the #1 Baltimore Ravens podcast in the world. First time Joe Burrow has been shut out in his career. Man, that's beautiful. Did not think we would be the ones to do that if it were ever to happen. Got to say, the guy's great quarterback, one of the best in the league right now, but not when he plays us that week. Can't say that in general because he usually beats us pretty bad, to be honest. That's why I'm mainly so surprised. It feels like, I said on the last episode, every time we play the Bengals, usually you can just pencil in Jamar Chase to have 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. At least one highlight or low light for us of Marlon getting his ankles broken or something. But that's not the case. We shut him out. Fantastic win. Marlowe did not have a low light. He had a highlight, actually. It's a nice pick. Defense had some crazy plays. The infamous pick 6. That was awesome. Especially with Van Noy just realizing, I'm 30-some years old. I'm not the fastest guy on the field. Let's just give this to Alohi. Absolutely amazing game. Man, it feels good. It feels good to have a week like that. I don't want to say everything is coming back together and the ship's sailing in the right direction again, but hey, it's looking pretty good. Let's be honest here. A 95-yard defensive touchdown, pick 6. Shout out Alohi Gilman. Let's just stay on the defensive side of the ball here. Tavius, man, 1 sack, a tackle, and a very important pressure. That pressure led to that 95-yard pick 6 that we were just talking about. Hell of a return for the man. Very happy to have him back. Also, Dre'Mont. I loved it so he hit Burrow, and then Burrow was on the ground complaining to the refs. And you see Dre'Mont, he was going like that with the fake tears to I guess the crowd, not the refs. Sorry if you hear my baby in the background. He's screaming. He's getting a bath. So, you fathers, you know how it is. Excuse the noise. But yeah, I think Dre'Mont, I'm going on a limb here and say Dre'Mont might hate Joe Burrow. The way he was coming through the line like a bat out of hell, coming for that man's blood, and then just hitting the emote on him after Burrow was crying to the refs. That was pretty cool to see as well. Honestly, a game like that, and really the moment like that when he did the crying emote, it's got to put Dre'Mont up there as one of my favorite Ravens on the team now after something like that. Maybe, or hopefully, the rest of the Ravens fans agree with me, and Dre'Mont is now one of the cult favorites. Man, he is really screaming in there. I apologize, guys. I don't know if this is picking up on the mic. I'm just hoping it's not. That game, it felt like -14 before kickoff. There was at least 18-mile-per-hour wind before the game started. There was snow on the ground. They got, 4 or 6 inches the day before? Does this kill the narrative of Lamar can't perform in the snow? Or not the snow, but you know what I'm talking about. Perform in cold weather. I don't think it kills it. It's one game, let's be honest. And it's not like he went out there and threw for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. But hey, he was fantastic. It seemed like the old Lamar was back out there almost, or at least glimpses of it. I think it's a step in the right direction to stop this, Lamar can't play in the cold. Unlike Tua, you guys saw that Thursday night game. Good Lord. This is definitely a right step for Lamar. It's very obvious. The guy's from Florida, and you can see every time he's on the sideline, he gets that jacket on immediately, and he's cold. The guy, he's not a fan of the cold, but hey, neither am I. I don't think this is a talking point that needs to be beaten in like every single week, or every single winter, rather, whenever Lamar plays in a cold atmosphere. It's a bit much. So I'm happy to see the guy taking another W in the tundra. Man, it was snowing in Cincinnati, and oh boy, it was snowing in Vermont. Derrick Henry having a 100-yard day. And for the people that are listening to this podcast and they're saying, what in God's name does Vermont have to do with this one? You guys need to listen to this podcast more, but I'll put you on game. Every time it is snowing in Vermont, there is a direct correlation for Derrick Henry having a monstrous game. Yeah, I probably should have prepared some statistics to exactly back that up. But hey, if you guys just want to look into something fun and cool, do the research. Just type in Derrick Henry snowing in Vermont. Shout out to the fantasy footballers. I think I saw that around the COVID time when they said that one. And it's true. Every time it snows in Vermont, to a degree, Derrick Henry has a great day. Either if it's a touchdown, over 80 yards on the ground. If it's snowing, Derrick Henry is a coming. No Diddy. Sorry about that one. What do I say? Zay, if he performs well, we perform well. Dude did good, and what happened? The Ravens won. I don't want to be annoying and keep saying, like, I told you so every time this happens, but I'm just going to point it out. Hey, the Ravens performed well. Zay performed well. 1 + 1 = 2, my friends. But we will get to the bad news. Teddy Buchanan was carted off for an ACL tear. That's just rough to see, especially with just the whole story behind the guy being an undrafted free agent, taking it over, being one of the best players on our defense. I wish the guy the best of luck. I really hope Teddy has a fast and swift recovery. I hope he's back on the football field next year in great health. But man, late season injuries like this, it's never good. He will most likely miss time at the beginning of the year next year. That's a hard injury, man. I just hope he doesn't lose a step on the football field because it was great to see the product that he put out there every single week this year for the Ravens. We're praying for you, Teddy. Let's get into the injury news. It's enough. I know last week was fun. We got a great dub. Shutting out the Bengals is amazing. But it's time to move on. We got the Patriots on the horizon, and they're a really good team. I don't know if you guys know. But injuries first. Death, taxes, and Lamar Jackson taking a day off of practice. It's usually Wednesday, and guess what? He took Wednesday off. Check it. I'm not mad because we won. So I feel like I can't really complain. I definitely complained pretty hard last week about that on the episode. But hey, we won. So I guess if he needs that off day, sure, go ahead. Because it's, let's be honest, at the end of the day, I don't think Lamar himself needs that one day of practice. He probably could use a rest day more than a day of practice because you think the guy needs to learn more about the Patriots defense or ways he could exploit them. He's a former MVP. He's one of the best players in football. He's all right. Well, let's let him have the day off. But the true issue is it's not him taking a day off and how it impacts him. It's the rest of the team. It's not getting those balls from Lamar and having that extra day of just the comfortability of running routes with Lamar and being with him and just feeling, I don't know. If you're taking balls all week, not all week, but all Wednesday from Snoop, it's going to be different. Little things matter. That's all I'm saying. It's not the biggest deal, but man, it would be cool if he could just practice. But hey, if we keep winning games, take off. I don't care. Whatever helps us win. I'm not going to complain a whole lot. Rashad Bateman and Jay Higgins were both back at practice. If you guys don't remember, Bateman had that ankle injury and Higgins had the knee injury. Great to see. I really want to have Bateman back on the field. Tez Walker's been stepping up in his place. And I'll be honest, not really seeing the output I thought we'd be seeing from Tez Walker, especially because the bar was so high. Every time that man would catch the ball, it'd be a touchdown. It seemed like, oh, Tez is on the field. Give it 2 plays. He's going to score. It's not really happening anymore. So it's good to have Bateman back. This also kind of goes with injuries. This is pretty cool, and I wanted to include this on the podcast. So the Ravens have installed a high-tech ammortal chamber. It costs $160,000, and this is a recovery pod that stays in the training room. They got multiple of them, by the way. It uses red light therapy, electromagnetic field. I'm sorry, not electromagnetic. I apologize. My brain just immediately went there. I guess I'm just too stupid to even process this word. But it uses red light therapy, magnetic fields, vibration, hydrogen, and guided meditation to help players reset mentally and physically in just 25 minutes. Zay Flowers described the experience as a deep, almost out-of-body meditation. And Project Pat said he credits it with speeding up his recovery from injury. I'm going to be honest, they probably shouldn't have used Pat's quote because Pat was out for like the whole season with God knows what. So random like stinger. So I wouldn't have put that one in there. This is the better selling point to show how cool this thing is. So I don't know if you guys remember in preseason, everyone was freaking out because the Rams were like, oh yeah, by the way, Matt Stafford has a back injury. And then preseason came around and the truth came out. It's like, oh yeah, Stafford's back is like really bad. And people are worried, is Matt Stafford going to have to retire before the season starts, like a couple weeks before? Is he just going to play a couple games and it's going to be awful and then we're going to see the retirement? His back's ruined, the whole 9 yards. And what did we get? The best version of Stafford we've probably ever seen before. This guy's about to win an MVP this year. I know the pool for the win MVP is not as good as it used to be because a lot of great players got hurt, but still, Stafford's going nuts. This fixed his back at the age of 524 because he's a fire-breathing dragon. I want 50 of them in the locker room or in the training center. Put Lamar in that, lock him in there, chain it up every single time he has an off day, if we're being honest. Let Lamar sleep in that thing. I'm a fan of this pod. If it can make Lamar play into his 40s, I'm down. Big fan of this pod. Travis Jones, a little bit of late news because it came out I think it came out last week. Yeah. Travis Jones got a contract extension, 3 years, $40 million. Absolutely great to shore up our front for the future. And this also pretty big because he was going to be a restricted free agent in the offseason. Everything works out. We have Travis for 3 more years. So that brings us to next week with the Patriots in prime time Sunday night football. Season is on the line, I guess you could say again. It's really not. But it just kind of feels cool to say that. Let's be honest. The Pats, they don't have many household names, but they got dudes. They got a bunch of dudes on that team. Good example, their receiving core. I'd say it's just a bunch of dudes that are pretty much at the same skill level. So there's not much separation, and they're all pretty solid. I think you could say the Packers are very similar as well. We're just a bunch of guys all about B+, arguably. This core, let's just visit it. We got Stephon Diggs. You guys, quick story here before we keep going on. Stephon Diggs, yeah, dude went to Maryland, from Maryland, awesome player. I don't know if you guys know this. His family, I'm going to include him as well, they hate the Ravens. So we had a promise to draft Stephon, then we did not. We passed up on him. And then after we did that, his mom pretty much like swore that he would never play for the Ravens. They're a terrible organization, hate them forever, whole 9 yards. Kind of rough. So their core, we got Stephon Diggs, we got Booty, Mac Hollins, and Kyle Williams. It's a Baltimore native as well. Got 2 Baltimore guys in there. Look at that. I don't know if Diggs is a Baltimore guy, but 2 Maryland guys in there. Crazy. And don't forget Demario Douglas. And I guess you could throw Hunter Henry in there because he's a tight end. A very good one. I'll be honest, with a core like that, it seems like any random guy can just kind of step up and score. Obviously, they have their top dogs with like Booty and Diggs. You could say those are the top 2. I'm really feeling Kyle Williams to do something against us, like a touchdown, a big chunk play. This guy is a big home run hitter, I guess you could say. He's a home run play artist. Hasn't done much in the NFL yet, but anytime he catches the ball, it's been pretty explosive. It'll be like a 60-yard touchdown. Dude's got track speed. I'll be honest, as soon as he was drafted by the Patriots and me and my friends, we had our dynasty draft, I got Kyle Williams immediately in the late second. Very good player. I think fantasy-wise he'll be very good eventually. Just not really showing it yet. But I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say Kyle Williams is going to have a big chunk touchdown playing in his hometown in the city of Baltimore against, I'm guessing, his childhood favorite team. I can see a big play coming from Kyle in this one. Also got Travion Henderson. He's definitely taken over the reins as the lead back over Ramondre. I'm not the biggest Travion fan, but this dude just had 150 yards and 2 touchdowns against the Bills. So I'm not sleeping on him. He's also very dangerous with his checkdowns, with receiving the ball. So I'm a bit worried because it seems like any little like check down like game, like if we're facing screens from either receivers or running backs in the past 5, 10 years, it just feels like it always destroys us. I'm a little worried about that one, but we'll see. And it feels kind of gross, I'm going to be honest, that Drake May is up there as one of the front runners to win MVP. Let's show the world why he shouldn't. I'm not saying Drake isn't a good player, but it doesn't feel right even having his name up there for MVP conversation. I think that's due to a lot of players that are that upper tier getting hurt this year, missing games like Lamar, and then now Mahomes is hurt. It just kind of doesn't feel right to have the normal like Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar in contention to win MVP. I hope we show the world why Drake May does not deserve to win this award. Let's get this award for Stafford. I would feel the most right out of the people that are up there now. And the Patriots are also coming off of a loss at home to Buffalo, 35-31 last week. They blew a 21-point lead, kind of sputtering a bit after a great start to the season for Vrabel and company. That brings me to my prediction. Last week, we were Debbie Downers, rightfully so, but man, I'm feeling pumped. I'm feeling amped. Patriots are coming off of that disastrous loss, blowing that 21-point lead. I'm going to say Ravens show why Drake May should not win MVP this year. Take another step in the right direction, showing everyone that they are a threat for the playoffs. I'm saying Ravens win 28-10. Defense has another nasty game, showing why they're one of the league's best. And now it's time for the offense to join the party. I'm saying multiple touchdowns from Lamar Jackson. It's going to be one of those days or one of those games where we look at it and we say, man, I am so glad Lamar Jackson is the quarterback of my football team. But on that note, you know what? Put the bets in, guys. Ravens win by multiple scores. I don't think I'm going to gamble on this one. I'm not much of a gambling man anymore. But the vibes are high. I wish I could be at the bank this weekend. If you guys have an opportunity to get tickets, I think you should. Sounds like a great time. But thank you guys for watching this one. Like, subscribe, give it 5 stars if you haven't on Spotify and YouTube. Subscribe if you have not as well. Just don't forget to send it to your racist uncle in his camo pants in Dundalk. Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Go Ravens.